Cassie. You running? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Almost ready. There we go. Okay. I got that shared out. We'll get whoever comes in coming in. Fuck it. Excuse me. I just hit my vape. Think it's strong. Likes to take me out. So, got a nice little, somewhat scripted, not really, agenda in mind here. This is a lot later than I was originally supposed to be doing it. I initially had this thing slated for about 4 hours ago. I was having some technical difficulties, and by that I mean my weed was too strong and it kept putting me to sleep. Neither here nor there. Well, thank you, Cassie. Such a lovely soul. So, we got a few people that I had in mind. Hopefully, they turn up. If they do, we'll bring them on. If not, oh well. But for this go around, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Uh, Pretty much just going to let you guys come in, show up, see who wants to be involved in the conversation that way. Uh, just a little bit last minute, no notice. And two of the three people that I reached out to last week for the previous episode that I didn't do, I don't even know if they're available right now. So we're just kind of winging it. That's how we're going to do it. But the idea that I would like to get across this go round is a little bit more along the lines of fine tuning your character work, making sure that you are putting as much into your character as you are looking to get out of it. I've been noticing a lot this past week alone that there are a great deal of people who are like looking to get that push and they're hoping to get that push and they're just not doing anything to make you see something worth a push. There's a good amount of people who have one particular trait that they like to highlight about themselves, and that's it. There's nothing else, and that doesn't really work. Like you got to wonder why you're sitting there being stagnant. You guys know the routine. If you want to hop in, hit me in the DMs. I'll send you the link. get you in the screening room, the green room. I do have my Twitter open, but as I was saying, it's a little bit more to it than that. You can't just highlight one aspect of your cause personality and then expect that to be the thing that gets you over in everyone's eyes. Like if you got a call and he's from New York, and that's the only thing that you hint towards every time you promo, it's about how he's from New York. Okay, what else is there to him? Like, does he like New York football? Is he like really into combat sports? Like, what else is there? Like, you got to give your character enough depth that you have one multiple areas that you can cover when it's time for you to actually approach your promo, and two, it gives you enough of a background that the people going against you have enough to talk about. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just rambling. Who knows? Oh shit! I ain't mean to do that. But there's one of the few things that I wanted to talk about. Another one is it's kind of in the same vein. Like, yeah, adding depth to your characters. That's a very, very big piece of it. But like, have you ever actually fully fleshed out your character at any point? Because that's another thing that some people need to really do. Like, it's okay to go bare minimum and design your character as some slight ripoff of insert your favorite here. Nobody's gonna judge you except for the people who think highly of themselves. We all know what they can do. If you don't know, they can go fuck themselves. Um, thing is, you gotta keep in mind that the number one thing that we pretty much come here for is fucking exactly, Cassie. That's it right there. Number one thing that we're here for is to talk shit to each other. You are role playing as a wrestler, whether you are actually experienced or not. It doesn't matter. The thing that does matter is the way that you present yourself and your interactions with other people in this community. Because that is essentially gonna dictate who you work with, how often they work with you, and honestly, what type of chemistry y'all gonna have going forward. It doesn't matter about what type of ability you got. If you're one of the best writers on the planet, if you got a keen eye for detail, like none of that shit matters. That's irrelevant. It'll help you out one way versus the other, but you'll always be able to improve no matter what. As long as you're giving an effort, you talk to people around you, like if you're willing to put in the time and the energy, you'll fucking improve no matter what. But having a character that has enough story, enough detail is a very important thing. Just like Cassie said, I feel like you should have an entire novel dedicated just to this fictional character, just because that gives you so much more that you can do rather than just these run of the mill oh, you turned your back on me and now we're not tag team partners anymore storylines, or fucking I just signed to the company and I want to be the best storylines. Like that's just bland. And I know everybody has to be getting tired of seeing the same old from pretty much everybody all over the place. Like one of the best ways to make sure that you're constantly standing out from people, that you're constantly reaching into corners of the bag, as people like to call it, that will keep you doing shit that nobody else has seen before, is to have enough fucking background that you have different angles to approach from. Like shit, if your character is a world class level baker and he's baked shit for royalty all over the world, that's something that should be played up at one point. It'll give you a whole new fucking angle to approach in your next fucking show. Your next storyline can come bring in the Queen of Siam just because you made her a cake. Think about it. I don't know. I'm probably just out of my mind. I mean, look at me. I'm sitting here talking to myself on the internet. You think you got it working? Let's see if you got it working. I'll shoot you the link, SA. Oh boy, we might have us a guest here soon. Let's find out. Anybody that does try to come on and like shit on anybody, just know I will silence you immediately. I'm not here for that. That's not what this show's for. That'll be the next show that I do, where I bring on people for in character tirades. Where the fuck did I go? Okay, here we go. Uh, shit. It was something else that I was supposed to talk on. Actually, I need a little bit more viewers for that one. Need some showrunners to come in for that conversation. I remember exactly what it was, and that's it right there. Like you can't get it any better. You make it something that people can get more emotionally invested in. If you got something like that going on, this character has always been betrayed. Every single person they've ever put their trust in, their faith in, has always betrayed them. So they've become cold. They've become calculating. They won't let anybody get any closer to them than what they are right now. And then there's this one individual that they actually open up to. They become tag team. They earn the shot at the tag team titles. They've been climbing up the ladder together for years, 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years. Length doesn't matter. Just get the picture painted. All of a sudden, just as they reach that click, that bond that looks like they'll become inseparable, the glue breaks, and there's that betrayal. It gets that much deeper just because you've just watched as these people come together over time gradually. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to run long stories. A lot of y'all are just trying to do it month by month so you can keep up with whatever is going on in the shows around you. Like, fuck that shit. Don't be afraid to run long stories. Long stories are the best, especially if you've got all of the foresight to predict and plan certain people's steps and involvement based on what you expect them to do. It'd be so much better. Oh, hey, look, I got somebody here with me. Let me see if he's actually managed to figure out how to talk or not. Brandon Ace, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm
Would you
here.
like to add anything of value into the discussion so far, sir?
what you were talking about.
We're talking about uh, emphasizing depth in your character, having a nice you about of backstory, and how it can be something more beneficial than hurtful.
Oh, that. Mm, Having, wait, you're talking about having like a backstory?
Yeah,
Yeah, that, in my opinion, that should be the basic when you create your call is have a backstory. How did he got in, how did he or she got into wrestling? It should be one of the basics. Like with the Ace character, like when I created the Brandon Ace character, he didn't really started out becoming a professional wrestler. He was, well, a college football player, and he was on his way to the NFL. But in his senior year, he sustained an injury, and the doctor said he can no longer play football, which devastated him. And he was at a gym one time working out, and then some owner who owned a training school, but he also had a wrestling company. He was running a show. He saw me. He gave me a ticket and wanted me to come by to watch his show because he said, "Hey, you have a good body. You make a good wrestler." I didn't want to. The Ace character didn't want to go at first, but eh, he did it anyway, and he enjoyed the show. And he went to the owner and said he wanted to become a professional wrestler.
and that right there gives you a nice leg to stand on. Now, you've got enough depth and enough detail in there, excuse me, that not only would you be able to use the college football experience as something for you to reflect on, but it also gives you a lot more to go into in terms of the mentality of the character and other things that you can actually like put forth with the way that you promo, the way that you structure these promos. Like some of the people gotta actually like understand and think about when they put these characters together, because there's too many people that are like legitimately just out here with the character for the sake of it, that you just want to be contributing to the shows, and I get that. But
Yep.
there's
Yeah.
some people who can definitely structure their characters very well, and I had a couple of them lined up to come in. That was for last week. This week I didn't structure this shit at all. It's kind of just fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and here we are.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure you'll get some people coming in soon.
Ah man, I ain't too worried about it. No matter what, I'm gonna do it.
Understandable.
Let me send
Hmm.
the link out to my dude. I told him I would.
Hey, dummies, if you want to join, here's your chance.
Yeah, see, this is like part of the reason why I do it. Like, there's a lot of people who got a lot of opinions on things on the Twitter side, and I want to bring those people into a platform where you can actually vocalize these opinions. Because
Agreed.
like,
Like, say something. Like, are you that scared?
there's a good
Are you?
amount of people that like not even like trying to stir up controversy or nothing like that. There's a lot of people like
Eh,
Johnny Farmer. Johnny Farmer is passionate as fuck about the community.
You're
He
not
says some
wrong.
shit and like immediately people would jump on his case about it, but they are like not fully getting the intention of what he's saying. The
Yep.
character limits and shit that you get on Twitter are like restricting as fuck. So
Yep.
I'm trying to like kind of open up a door for people to come in here and have open, honest communication back and forth with each other, just so that way a lot of that bullshit that we get because you can't really see intention behind text, like hear it come from these people's mouths and shit. They actually understand each other a little bit more.
Agreed. Agreed. I
But
have to
I don't know,
agree.
man. I don't really think too many
Too
of us
many people.
brave
That's a
enough to come
problem.
out.
Yep. Too many people like to not think instead of, I mean, too many people don't think and they want to come in guns blazing instead of slow down and maybe talk to the person and ask what do they mean by that.
Mm-hmm. Nah, man. The initial reaction is always attack first.
Yep, never asking an explanation or at least talking to the person in private.
Yeah, that's the big one right there. Like, there's a lot of shit that could have like
Like
completely
here's
gone under the rug with nobody knowing anything about it, but
agreed,
people need
like
attention.
agreed. There are certain things that you don't need to put on blast. If you got a problem with someone or what they say, go into DMs and talk about it.
Straight up. And if it's something that needs to be blasted, by all means. Like, if it's a motherfucker that didn't like scams you 100 times over, by all means, put that shit out there. Let somebody know,
Agreed.
oh, hey, yo, this
Agreed.
motherfucker
That
scamming you.
agreed. If
Looking
someone
out for the community in that aspect. But if it's some shit that's between you and another person, like, handle that shit in y'all own time. The
facts. Yep.
entire world don't need to know about y'all, but y'all issue.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah,
That's just me though. I don't know.
true.
Tweet this shit out one more time.
God damn.
My food is on the way here.
I'm guessing some people are still watching the pay-per-view.
Yeah, double or nothing is still going on.
Yep.
No spoilers. I don't care if you watch it. Don't care if you don't. Just keep it a spoiler free zone.
I ain't gonna
It
say
goes for
nothing.
anybody in the chat as well as the people that come on because yeah, I know a lot of people that don't watch it the same day. So let's keep it
Yep.
fair for everybody. Oh hey, got another one coming in.
Ooh,
The
this
big
game.
dog, Duke Zenda.
Hey, Duke. Hey there, Bryce or Duke. I cannot tell which is which.
Yo, 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 yo.
Mr. Zenda, would you like to add any input on the topic of having a bit of depth on your character and the ways that that could actually benefit you?
Um, for the most part, it can help with story, with any kind of story you're trying to tell for your feud or rivalry that that you have. If you know what your the backstory for your character is, you can say what that you can be able to tell what they like, what they don't like, how they feel about certain actions by others.
No doubt. Like I was telling Brandon, it's a very effective tool for allowing people to actually see like the insights, for lack of better phrasing, of your character. It gives you a better feel for why this person moves the way that they do, or like the responses that they have to certain situations. It lets you know how that person thinks rather than just going off of the sheer basis of this is what's supposed to happen because what we're here to do.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, man. It's good to have you on board always as usual.
No
Same.
problem.
There's I got a question for you. It was posed to me a few days ago by a good friend of mine that you know very well. Um, you're somebody who currently runs a show, and this person asked me this with the pretense of it's a very curious thing that could help out people if they were to actually understand it. And with that in mind, I gotta ask you, what is one major way that you think people have found your product and keep coming back to it?
As in, like what am I doing?
Like, what are you doing to get people interested and interacted to keep them
Yeah.
getting involved in your show?
Yeah. Because that's what he's saying. Like, what are you doing to get a lot of people wanting to watch and interested to the point that you have people wanting to join GPW.
Um,
Like, what steps are you taking to get that extra bit of interaction from people, more so than just to get them in to view the product?
Agreed.
I think it's. I mean, who really knows? But if I were to make a guess, especially when we started getting big, um, and like well known around, I'd say it was due to the fact that we were doing things that other people weren't doing, other shows weren't doing. Um, I'd say I probably use I've used different aspects of the game um, differently than a lot of others, and having different types of people on the show. I always made it apparent to have people that are different, whether it's their look, their promo style, what have you. Um, and I also think that, in a way, I think we also challenge others with
Mhm.
how they do things. We always want people to switch things up, change it, and just actually, you know, try. Like everything anybody gets, they worked for, and I think also just interaction with people on a in a way of like doing the promo videos, putting those out there, making the posters every once in a while, doing the talk shows every once in a while, just and also just talking with other shows as well. I think if you have rapport with people, that's gonna like come back in other ways, just by word of mouth and things like that. But I think it's a whole plethora of different things just coming together.
That's a very good point. I can't disagree with any of what you just said, man. Like, I got to see a good part of your process as we got to hang out a lot over these past few months, and like I can't disagree with any of that at all. Like, you do put in a good amount of work into what you do,
Agreed.
both with the
Mhm.
actual show itself and like off the air, behind the scenes, the shit that you do for it. You do a lot to get it in, and honestly, bro, like
Mhm.
I feel the growth that's been coming your way is nothing short of a direct response to that work.
Agreed. You put in that dedication and work to making your product the best you can do. And that's what I saw GPW like back in season 3. I saw it and I was like, this is interesting. And because it had so many different people on the roster, like it had so much uniqueness. It had factions. It was very cool people, and I wanted to join, and I'm thankful for that.
Then I want to get you on the topic of people and the stories that they work and the openness that they should have in working with others.
Hmm.
Is that
That's true.
is that let's get a little bit on we've already talked about how having depth can help out. Franco, what up, man?
A
But
man
how
has a
about how
pen.
about the openness to work with others? How that can give you as a showrunner, coming from your perspective, how can that help somebody when they're flexible and willing to work with more people? How can that help them get the push that they're trying to receive?
It, for the most part, from what I can see, is it ends up showing a new dynamic of yourself. Um, Working with different types of people, working with different styles. Because for one, you're just gonna if you stay with the same type all the time, doing the same type of story with the same type of person, it's you're gonna just be seen as one note a lot of the time. Like, oh, this is the only kind of thing he can do. He can only do the, oh, I'm the top guy. I need to be in a championship thing all the time. Whereas you can go up against someone that's more of your uh joking type of character, and bring something new out of them, which brings something new out of you. It can do so many different things. It even comes down to it adds dimension. Really, it takes you from being 2D to 3D in a sense. And in doing so, that shows someone who runs a show that, hey, if you're able to do that like this, maybe you're able to do something like this. Maybe you're able to do something like that. It can widen the scope of what you are able to do, which for a showrunner, that's great.
Yeah, that's my kind of view on it. Also, uh, I don't want to just sit up here and rant about shit though. You know what I mean? So gotta throw it to some other people. Can't just be my opinion. Otherwise, it just looks like I'm trying to be an asshole and tell people how to do shit. Like I'm the most knowledgeable person in the community when everybody knows that's far from what I am. I'm dumb as fuck.
But but I
Yep.
will I will say this at the
Fuck you,
same
Brandon.
time. I will say this at the same time when just for storytelling in general, you need to know the why. You know, like not just what your end goal is, but why is your call in the situation that it's in. Depending on whatever it is. Because if you don't know the why, if you don't know the why, the showrunner doesn't know the why, and your opponent doesn't know the why, then what are we doing? Because the audience isn't going to know the why. They're not going to feel the why.
That's a big thing. It's like you can always have the who's and how's covered, no problem. That's interchangeable. The what, that's also going to be dependent heavily on what's going on in the show 9 times out of 10. But the why, that is something that can only come from you as the person crafting the story. So you've got to have that all aligned and set up if you really want these stories to flow. If you want them to be something people can connect with, it's a damn good point.
Mm.
If anybody
It-
out there would like to join the panel, you know the routine. Hop in my DMs on Twitter, not on Skype because I deleted Skype off of my phone and I'm not gonna reinstall it no time soon.
So get your butts in here.
Most of y'all that fuck with me on the Skype side got Twitter accounts now too, so I don't want to
Yeah.
hear no bullshit.
No excuses. No excuses or BS.
Like I said a little while ago, this is a platform for a lot of people to express the shit that be on their mind. There's a lot of opinionated people in call Twitter.
Yep.
Come on out.
Don't be
Opening
scared.
the
Don't be
floor,
shy.
I tailor these conversations just so that way we can talk about specific things, but at the same time, I leave the floor open for you to express yourself to your content, as long as you ain't trying to shit on nobody else. Because that ain't
Yep.
one thing I'm here for. We can shit
Agreed.
on each other behind closed doors like we always do as human nature, but here on a very open forum, like, nah, man, I ain't about to let nobody create no drama and start all that bullshit.
Agreed. Ugh. Things.
Y'all know the routine.
Yep.
Fucking, I know going back to the show running question that I asked you, Ben.
mm.
Uh, I know a lot of people out there have been recently starting shows, and just as quick as they start to get traction, they disappear. A lot of
Yeah,
that comes from the expectation of being an overnight success, the expectation of
and that's the problem. They expect.
getting everybody that you see everywhere else, and that's gonna make your show relevant. Like, there's a whole lot more that comes to it than just having a good roster. Like, you can have the best roster in the world and still have terrible fucking product just because you're not putting in the right energy. You don't have you might be missing some key elements to get your shit off.
Very true.
Them facts.
Very true indeed. I mean, like, one I will say one thing that's definitely helped GPW is that if you go back just to season three, we are not the same show that we were.
Agreed. Agreed. Like
Um,
you
I
had a lot. Sorry.
are you good?
Well, I will say this: like season three, you guys had a lot of star power, but if you look at season four, you kind of had a little bit of star power, but you had more rookies, which I considered season four of GPW the rise of the rookies because you had a lot of people coming in, a lot of new faces.
That's true. Season
Hmm.
4 did bring in a lot of new star power.
Yeah, but not
And
not only in the sense of who we had on the roster, but on how I did the show. Like, um, uh, compared from then to now, I use way more cutscenes than I did before. Um, Using more voice promos, using more video promos, and these are all things that came out due to just
I mean, that one right there.
being open to
I
it.
didn't see it. My bad, Cassie.
uh, the
Cassie.
the wild redhead.
But yeah, like it's I would say for any showrunners out there that are either starting shows or even still continue, look to other shows and see things that they're doing that you might want to incorporate. Because like I didn't do commercials in the show for a long time until I think around season 3 or 4, and that was because of a different show, a different Fed show that I was watching, XTV. I was watching their stuff, and they were doing commercials in their shows, and it was just fun. They didn't have to. They don't get nothing out of it, but it's just something fun, and I think it adds tone to the show. Right? It gives the
Definitely,
show itself
definitely has
character.
tone. Yeah,
Agreed.
it
Yep,
gives it
agreed.
just a little bit more of a realistic feel. It gives it more of a show production.
I have to
Mm,
agree. I have to agree. That's true.
Yeah,
mm.
just to highlight exactly what I just put on the screen. Yes, you can join from your phone. The link will pull up in your mobile browser. You'll still be able to
Yeah,
connect just
of
like anybody
course.
else. If you
I'm
want to
on
hop
my
in,
phone.
hop in. Don't be scared.
Don't be a
Join the
baby.
conversation.
Come on, don't be scared. I'm using my phone, even though it took me about a week to, well, how to do it correctly to get on here. But
Yeah,
that's beside the point.
that shit was
Now,
funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie, like on my side of things, like I'm just sitting here watching Brandon Ace continuously try to hop into this show. It is just like the worst struggle ever. Like Neo struggled, but then like his struggle was more so having a terrible mic. Like Brandon was just having the worst day in the world getting to connect and stay
yeah.
connected. It was hilarious.
It was to the point I was almost about to throw my phone onto the floor and almost about to break it. I'm like, luckily for me, I calmed down. I'm like, I do not need my phone to be breaking to get a new one.
Yeah, see, Franco want to hop in. All right, Franco, see what you can add to the conversation, man. Bring it on in, bro. As long as you willing to share input, come on in. I don't care who it is. I've, I've put it out there before I even started this show. Like, I want anybody that wants to come on. I don't care if it's fucking Jimmy Darrow. I don't care if it's fucking Riley Wolf. I don't care if it's Jaden Shadow. I don't care who you are, what you did, where you come from. If you want to come in here and have a conversation, come talk.
Yep. Hell, you can be from the Xbox side.
Yeah, see, I don't know too many of those people. I don't have an Xbox, so I don't mingle with that crowd.
Okay.
I hear it's a lot of good people over there. I just don't know a
I
lot of
know
them.
some good
I
people
know
there.
some.
Same.
Mm.
I got friends that have friends that are on Xbox, so like I know a couple of them from there, but that's about it.
Okay. Makes sense.
I sent you the link, Franco. Sent it to your DMs, or rather, I responded to your message in my DMs with the link.
But you know, ugh.
Clinton, I need you to get that shit going, man. That's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that shit come across.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of showrunners, the they need to realize that there's a little bit more that you can do to get people interested, invested, and like legitimately a part of your product,
Yep.
like the GPW community, like the LTD community. It's super easy. It's not difficult. All you got to do is just put in the work. You just
Facts.
work on your product. Make sure that what you're giving the people is great. If you love it, they'll love it. Don't make it a job. That's the number one thing. Like,
Yeah.
just it's all for fun. Number one. So just have fun with what you're doing. But
Agreed.
when it comes to like actually getting the people involved, like there's a lot of people that don't pay attention to these shows. You'll watch one match out of the whole goddamn card, and you got to be okay with that. You can't be the person who's getting upset because you're not getting views or people aren't watching your product enough. Like,
Agreed.
don't nobody owe you their time just because you're putting the show together. Like,
Agreed.
that's a simple reality of the whole situation. Yeah, you can be the guy who's like, I run the show, show up or don't be involved. That's just part of the rules of how you run your show. But as the actual showrunner, you cannot be upset with anybody else because they're not giving you all of their time. Shit, a lot of the times you can't even give all of your time to a show you're invested in.
True. Like I'm in so like it's hard for me to watch some of the shows on here because I got stuff to do. But I'll always catch the replay.
I also will say one of the best things that can help as a showrunner is find something that'll set you apart from
Yep.
everywhere else, because that's what's gonna definitely help, and at the very least get you noticed. Um, like everybody has their thing. I'd say with us at GBW, we are what keep one of the things is like we're much more story based uh, than a lot of other places. Um, then there's like I said, one of the shows that I took some inspiration from, XTV. They came off very much more like especially their NXTV brand. They were very much more like late '90s, early 2000s type of tone to it. You have was it NXW. They have a much more extreme, closer to PG-13 style,
Uh,
TV-14 style. You have Places like FPW, Ascend come off much more indie
Yeah,
than other places. So you have to find what your niche in this, because everybody can't be the same. When everybody's the same, no one's different. You know.
that, and I think like that's kind of the main problem. Most shows are kind of the same thing. Like there's no really difference between show A and show B. So if want people to get noticed, be different, be a little bit unique, separate you from the others. It
It's
can,
an easy thing to do. Also, like
yeah,
all you got to do to really find your lane is you can't be afraid to experiment. Like what type of elements could you sprinkle in to this fantasy world to make it a little bit more unique, something more compelling. We all know that you're using fucking video game to run your show, so like there's not really too much that you can do outside of the game, or rather inside of the game, to make shit different. Everybody's got the same mechanics to work with. The question
Mhm.
is, what are you bringing to this game in order to make your product stand out a little bit more?
Even if it's something as simple as the type of championships you have. Like I think I'm probably one of three shows that I know of that have a hardcore women's title.
yeah,
Um, like that's something different at the very least.
Shit, it could be like you said, the type of titles you got, the type of matches that you do.
yeah,
Fucking, if you could take a page out of LTD and have interactive little mini games that you can keep people constantly coming into, just to keep the show interactive and constantly evolving.
mhm.
It doesn't matter what you do, you just got to figure out what works for you.
correct.
Oh, look at that. It looks like he figured out how to get in here. Let's see if he actually figured it out. Oh, you got
Yep,
some
yep,
interest
Cassidy.
in that
It's called
hardcore
the
women's title.
Yep, it's called the Women's Fighting Championship. Which,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's gone through many changes since I first
agreed.
introduced it.
You
It used
made
to
it.
just be a normal title, normal women's title.
See,
Then
I
you
just want
decided to
to
make it hardcore.
point out to Franco that I brought him on. I did it very, very sneakily. I didn't say shit at all, but he's here now.
Yeah, I had to figure it out my damn self. I'm like, okay, I had to do the mic and then do the camera. Took me like 3 seconds.
We got you
So
in
how's
here.
everybody doing tonight?
What's
See,
going on?
Welcome to the
Uh,
conversation.
thank you kindly.
We done touched on a lot of shit, man. Like you got anything in particular? I don't know if you've actually listened to however the fuck long I've been on here rambling.
I could have maybe like a good 20 minutes of it. I was kind of doing a promo for another company that me and Brenna are part of.
Right up,
I
man. You
guess
got anything you want to add to anything that you've heard thus far?
company wise, not really. I just say to be honest, a lot of companies had their own different styles of or whatever they do. Like you said before, you got your kind of like indies. You can kind of like got your main, your main thing like since GPW. I see it as a main, and the other company that I know I'm a part of are like kind of like little indie. Then they go to the main.
Well, yeah, that's subjective though. Everybody's got their own places that they'll have ranked a little bit higher than others, and that'll be based on interaction. The like for me personally, the places that I do majority of my promo work at is the ones that I feel are like home to me. That's gonna be like GPW, like Ascend, like fucking ASW, the places that I ended up hiring on first, that I've been at the longest, that have treated me
Yep,
the best.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
I'm not even talking about like treatment in terms of how they book my call. I mean, just in how I get along with the person that runs the show. I want to put that out there very clearly. Like, I do a lot of my best work for the people that work the best with me. If I
I
feel
guess
like the way that they're running the show is something that I can get behind and I can contribute to with what I do in a very good manner, I'm gonna do what I can to fucking bring us to their shit.
that is
Agreed.
true.
I don't mind working with others. Like, I'm a very calm person. If you want to work with me, just go in my DMs and say what you want to do. Like,
I'm the same way, and then it amuses me greatly that I have a lot of people that think of me as like this super huge asshole because of how great I am at playing one.
Yeah,
Yes, I am a legitimate asshole. I will own that. I'm
join
not
the club.
stray away
Join
from
the
it,
club.
but like I'm open to working with anybody, and I'm not afraid to put people over. Like it's just something that you kind of got to do. It's a fucking game. We are here for the same thing. So like
Agreed.
you
And
can't,
that's
yeah,
the,
you can't be afraid to take the L.
agreed. Sometimes losing makes you learn better than winning.
that is true. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. Everybody who's watching, listen to it right now. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm the type of guy, what I'm saying. Like when I lose, yes, I do get angry because sometimes, like I feel like I should have won, or like my claw didn't do a certain reversal. But then, like I'm looking, then when I looked at, it, I'm like, hold up, this is a video game. I'm old. Why am I getting over? Why am I getting over a damn game? I should be like, looking at, rewinding it, looking back at it. It's like, okay, I know what's missing, and then once I get another chance at it, then what I'm saying, I'm like, okay, now I know what happened, what went wrong. It's like school. You got to learn, and then you got to take each step properly to assess your thing.
Hey yo, Franco,
Yeah.
I don't know what type of game plan you got. I don't do none of that, son.
Oh, I know you don't because you're comfortable with your thing. You have your way of doing something. I have my own way. People got their own their own way of doing stuff. I just see it
Nah, man, I'm
as
just talking shit, bro. You know me.
Yep.
oh, you son of a gun.
I'm like 27 years old. I got better things to do than worrying about a game in the community, like
Yeah, that's
making
true. I'm
money.
29. Yeah,
Well,
that's true, bro. I'm 29 years old, man. I worry about like my health. Like right now, like I'm worried about my health. I'm
Look,
technically
I'm gonna put it to you as
on
plainly as
deathbed.
possible. At the end of the day, this is a hobby for
yep,
a lot of people.
agreed.
We're all just here to have fun and to fucking tell stories. So that
Yep,
should be the part that people should focus on is
agreed.
storytelling.
We're
Bring
all
in
Yeah,
some shit that's gonna make people actually get invested into what you say and what you do. You can't
yep.
just be popping shit for the sake of popping shit. You gotta have a reason for everything. And like, I'm a damn good person to look at for it. When you lose, yeah, it's okay to get mad about it because we do put a lot of time into building these cars and there's a lot of passion that runs in this community. So yeah, it's okay to be mad about it. But instead of taking that immediate reaction and blowing up and getting mad about it, and running to the timeline or running to somebody's DMs or group chat to fucking bitch and moan about it, go back, rewatch that match, look at everything that just happened to figure out a way that you can spin that shit and put it into a perspective or an angle that benefits your character even more.
Facts.
exactly.
If you the braggadocious type of character that's always talking shit and running your mouth, you just got your ass beat. Now somebody's gonna come to you and be like, haha, I just beat your ass, you ain't got shit else to say. Flip that shit. You only beat me because I allowed you. That's the easiest one to go with.
Or say you got paid to do it. Like I got that good check.
You just
Exactly.
gotta find that, just like Duke was saying in terms of getting your show over. Like you gotta find that thing that works for you. You gotta find your lane, your niche. And you gotta
Yeah. If
carve
I can
that
give a
bitch
can I give an
out.
example?
Go ahead.
So when I was still with GPW, and you guys know I did the mafia, gimmick. I felt good about it, and in the chat room, I remember with me and Cody Hagan, we had a conversation during the match because he felt like I kind of did did something. I did dirty thing. I did dirty. I said, with the gimmick, I said, man, yeah, I paid the ref off, so you can't get mad at that. This is what the mafia do. They pay off people so they can do what you told them to do. And I'm like, hey, I said, hey, at the end of the day, a win's a win. No matter if I pay off the ref, if I give you a low blow, a win's a win. And that's kind of that's like a little story. That was like a little story right there. And with that, like in another one, I'll give you between me and Riley Wolf. You know, we would you see we going back and forth with the whole mafia thing. And that was going on for what like a good almost a month or so, 2 months. I don't really remember, but what I'm saying, it was good. I felt like in a state where doing like a little rivalry between him and then using the gimmick that I kind of understand with him, kind of felt kind of uh togetherness.
What you mean by that, man? I need you to expound a
Uh,
little bit.
all right. So if you've seen, okay, let me start from the beginning. When I came to DPW about the gimmick that I wanted to try out with the doing the Records Mafia, he agreed to it. I guess Riley Wolf wanted to do it because he I guess wanted to help me out with the gimmick a little more and have an understanding with it. So during that whole rivalry, me and Wolf, kind of just talked about what was going to do with it, what was going to happen, which I was cool with it because I say it kind of makes sense, and I understand where his vision was going at the same time. So looking back at it now, I can understand how to do a gimmick based off of what I want to have my claw do or what to say. Like for example, my gimmick now, if you guys know Neo gaming, he kind of said that my claw looked like a drifter. Like I kind of was trying to base him off that. Like he doesn't follow no rule. He just follows the wind. Wherever the wind goes, he just follows it. And with the gimmick and the promo that I do, I'm want to incorporate some of like my little own models. Little what's that word? What's that word? Last time my brain is more messed up from this morning.
Like
You guys know what I'm talking
philosophies.
about. What happened?
I'm talking about like your own personal philosophies.
Yeah, that. But in my own way of saying things.
Man, that's kind of like standard. It's like the best way to run your car is to have a little bit of reality in it, but you just gotta amplify it so that way it's a little bit more believable to be the extreme that you want it to be seen as.
Yep.
That is true.
See, a lot of people have the notion that the best way that they can get they call over or get they call liked is to rehash something that's already been done just because they know it's been liked,
Yeah.
or to recreate a gimmick that we know works.
I don't. Well,
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but
yep.
it don't mean that it's gonna work for you like it worked for that person.
Agreed.
If you don't have the charismatic nature that the original party had in order to make that work for them, it's not going to work for you the same way.
Agreed. Like you can take some of those little bit of aspects of that character, but you got to put your own stuff into it so it's your own and no one else's. Yeah. Mm,
Well, you know how to get to reach me to find out how to get in here. Damn it!
yep. Like when it comes to the whole heal aspect, like you can be a heal, but and I learned this, like you have to be a different type of heal. Luckily, I saw this Wikipedia, and there was different types of heals, and I look at which heal fits the ace character, and well, the one was the cocky heal. Basic, it's basic, but it fits me to a T.
Kind of sound like Jaden just a little bit because he's like that.
But
Jesse
I
brings
don't.
up a really good point in the chat.
What's that?
Showrunners, even though you do run the show, you do have to show a little bit of respect. You can't take complete liberties with the characters that you have unless otherwise told by the person running it. Because
Agreed.
I do have people that I
Yeah,
give 100% creative control over my characters because I trust them that much.
Agreed.
But you gotta be willing to communicate your ideas with the people that you plan on putting into these positions.
That's true. That's true.
You can't
Like,
just jump and fucking shotgun a motherfucker into a story
and not tell the person. And not tell.
because for all you know, they might not be comfortable with what you're about to do.
Agreed. Maybe,
I agree with that.
or they don't want to work with that person.
And
Yeah,
see, I ain't
that's
even gonna
true.
get
That
into
is
that
true.
one, Brandon. That's a subject that I could put to bed all day.
Yes. Like I said, I don't mind working with someone, but at least tell me what's the story about and whom I'm working with. And if I agree with it, okay, I agree with it. I don't mind. At least
Well,
tell me
nah,
what I'm
man. See,
doing.
look,
I'm
I'm the type of person, and I got the very firm belief that it don't matter who you don't like and who you have a problem with, because at the end of the day, all of that shit is irrelevant when it comes to the
true.
call shit.
Here's
You
the thing.
taking whatever personal issues that you have, and you are making that interfere with another person's passion product or
This,
passion project.
I,
Like
I,
I feel like that's incredibly disrespectful to everybody that is involved in the shows that you are involved in. If you were allowing a personal problem to prevent you from telling a good story with another person, I feel that's disrespectful to the
fair enough.
roster and the showrunner that
Fair
you
enough.
were doing that for.
Fair enough. I don't, like I said, I don't mind working with anyone. Like, I tell you the truth, I don't have no personal problems with nobody. Like, hell, if you put me in a storyline, an example with Jaden Shadow, I'll do it. I don't mind. It'll be interesting.
See, here's the thing about Jaden Shadow that a lot of people might not know. I actually like Jaden. I think Jaden is exceptionally good at what he does.
You're
I
not
think
wrong.
that
Yes. And
he has the ability and the knowledge of himself enough to know exactly how hard he needs to go to get the reactions that he wants. And sometimes he can't take his foot off of the gas pedal, and that's the thing that hurts him. But that's
yep,
neither here nor there. I think that Jaden Shadow is the type of person that can teach a lot of people how to play their characters a little bit better because of how invested into his character he's become.
true. He's been
Man
doing
he's got a little bit of a gift to him.
true. But like you said, it's hard for him to get off the pedal.
I always tell him that the boy got a big ass ego.
I'm just saying, man. Like, yo, talking to people behind the characters, you'll learn a little bit more about them. You'll learn why they put shit the way that they do.
Facts.
But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. We didn't touch on that one in the last episode.
But there's one thing I do want to talk about. It was like on last week's show what GPW discussed about not like get about not being a world champion. Like I said, like people, I do feel like people worry too much about wanting to be the top guy because they want to be world champion. I'm like, you have other options. It's like GPW said, go to a division and make it the best division there is. Show them why should you have people come to that division. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like in season 4 that was my problem because I was going for the Intercontinental Television Championship instead of maybe staying in the cruiserweight division at that time and making that division better. And
See,
that was kind of on me. But in
I'm
season 5,
gonna
I'll let you speak.
no go ahead, man.
But in season 5, like I kind of changed that. Like my goal is pretty much to be in the Intercontinental division, and regardless what happens at the pay-per-view, I plan to stay there because I feel like I want to make that division good.
Well, I'm gonna say that I believe that it's a lot better to build solely around the premise of the characters more so than the titles. The
True.
titles are the things that's going to make your character have a little bit more validation and a little bit more of a talking point when it comes to doing shit. But like, it's a whole lot better to be able to have stories where the pictures of the title picture ain't involved at all whatsoever, just because that lets people know that if you are actually needed to carry a show, that you can actually do it. Like, prime example, look at Caleb getting the undisputed title. Like, this man has went months with no title shots, no title opportunities, putting in the work, story after story, and keeping people invested. Like, taking intentional losses that a lot of the times were his idea.
True.
A lot of them wasn't, but you can't really put that. But that's just something a lot of people don't know. A lot of people out here, Caleb, myself, a lot more people are going to intentionally take a loss for the story. But you gotta build these stories in order to actually get these positions.
Yep.
That's just my take on it, though. I don't know.
Like slow and steady wins the race. Like people want to rush instead of taking their time. But then again, I was kind of like that. But then I realized I need to slow it down and go one at a time and build myself up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put this on a brief pause right quick. I got to do a temperature check. This is gonna be very, very ironic. So I gotta make this joke before I do it.
Oh Lord.
Here we go.
Hold on, no wait. Hey, yo, Frozen Rage, you coming in hot or nah?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, I said, are you coming in hot or nah?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Man, I know you've probably been listening for a little bit now. You wanna add into these topics so far?
Oh, I did catch a little bit of it. I literally just popped in a few moments ago. Brandon, first off, dude, I got to give you a lot of credit. You, like you said, you've been working your way up from the bottom. It's what a lot of people don't want to do.
True.
One of the main things I've always tried to explain to people, especially because of being somebody that was in the industry, you hear the talk of relevancy. Having a title around your waist doesn't mean you're relevant.
Agreed. There's an old saying, it's not the title that makes the person, it's the person that makes the title.
Yup.
Yep.
As long as your name is in the minds and the mouths of fucking people, you are relevant. And as for people playing their characters, their gimmicks, you know, the way they should, gee, let's take a look at the person with the biggest bullseye on their back right now. As we all know, that's me. I play my character how it's supposed to be. I am a psychotic heel. Means we're supposed to get into your head, jar those fucking marbles around and piss you off.
Well, most of the viewers on this side will be from the Twitter community. And a lot of them haven't had the opportunity to interact with your character yet.
Well, maybe in time, if I decide to continue, they might.
Part of me is scared if you get on Twitter and do your promos. It's like, ooh, I wonder would they be able to handle it.
Bro, I'm surprised he ain't been banned yet. I'm like legitimately surprised he hasn't been banned yet.
Agreed.
I've
seen a lot more people who have said a lot less than what I know he's capable of saying. Get banned for much lighter shit than I've seen him put out there. So I'm just like, yo, I'm counting the days. I know it's gonna happen. I just want to know who's gonna be the one to make it happen.
Agreed. Who's gonna do it? TikTok.
But that's the thing, is it actually involves me actually giving a fuck about people's opinions.
That's true.
And the fact that I've got enough fucking email accounts, go ahead, ban me on one, I'll come back as another. One thing in a lot of shows that people need to understand is when people are running their characters, let them run them how they feel comfortable. Yes, there's going to be people around that will give little suggestions, little pointers. I mean, I offer it on many different occasions to help people out with their character development. It doesn't take much to learn. Question.
I do agree. Like, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Like, I asked for help. Like, I was stubborn at first, but then I realized, yeah, I kind of need this. And, well, look at me now.
Yeah, I know. Actually, you reached out to me.
Among other people.
Yeah. Just
you know what?
Whatever whatever Chance tells you, man, just don't listen to him. He's just trying to set you up to fuck yourself.
Damn.
I mean, he's not wrong in some cases. I will openly admit there have been some people who I have, quote unquote, helped just so I could watch them blow shit up even worse.
Yeah,
but those are people that I have already attempted to help, and I've seen that they were beyond helping.
Which, man, that is a fucking slew of people that we deal with, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
I mean, I might need some help though. Maybe just with my promos. That's about it. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100. When you guys see when I do my promos, you know.
Wait. You about to say something, and I feel it's gonna be really, really, really important. So before I let you get to that, I got to get this out of the way.
Go ahead.
Kelly! Kelly! What up, Kelly? How you doing, Kelly? All right,
all right, as I was saying.
Shut up, God damn it! I'm trying to talk.
Yeesh.
All right, so everybody knows like I'm black, right? So I got
Oh
that
shit, you
I
black?
yeah.
I thought Franco was Italian.
Well, that's the Claw. He's Italian, but
I know, man. I
I'm the.
know. I was making a joke. I was making a joke.
Stop joking, man. You hurt my feelings. Let me stop. So back, all right. So everybody knows when I do promos, I try to keep it, with the tie-in, but like you say, so when people lose, I go to my other side, my black side, and you see how I am. I gotta get the curses in. I gotta get this and this and this and that. For me though, when I do my promos, I need to um incorporate like I said before, like my gimmick stuff, and I'm gonna like kind of need some help with that. So if you guys want to help me, on my Twitter DMs are open. Y'all can always hit me up on there.
My Twitter and my Skype are both open. You need help.
I don't have Skype, so I just got Twitter.
I was gonna say I got Twitter, I got Discord, I got Skype,
and I got Discord too.
But yeah, dude, I'll gladly help you out.
All right, well,
hey man, look, I'm gonna just tell you, Franco, specifically. I've slid in your DMs, and I've given you all of the advice in the world on the way that you can sell your character a hell of a lot better. It is literally still sitting in your DMs right now. More than likely, all you gotta do is go back and look at it with a clearer head. Because now that you know that I'm not somebody that's here to shit on you, you can actually see that I wasn't talking shit to you. I was just throwing you advice.
Facts. Now, I'm pretty sure, as most of you know, Brandon, the Ace character is not the only call I have.
Wait, what?
You know what it is.
The man got two calls.
You got multiple calls?
Yep. But there's a reason.
I never would have known it.
Man, he is really, really trying to step into your domain now, isn't he?
Well,
back up, bro. I'm the yellow pages. So you better fuck off.
Hold up. With my calls, it's different. Everyone knows about, Ace's partner, Michael Carter. The other one is, everyone knows Amber. Now, that's a character that kind of has changed over the years.
You're welcome. I'm just saying, man, if it wasn't for that Blackheart connection, she'd have stayed as hated as she has always been.
Okay, fair enough. But then I just pretty much what gimmick works for her? I just fuck it, just make her an MMA chick, and apparently it works. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that I did not expect her to be, to tell you the truth, I didn't expect her to be this talented, but it's god damn, she's doing better.
All right, see, that's a whole different conversation. And we're not about to have this one right here, right now, Brandon. I'm not about to blast you like this. So you ain't gonna put this evil on me, goddamn it. We're not having that conversation.
Don't look at me, motherfucker.
You're the one that trained her. You train her.
Nah, man. Nah, see, that's an in-character conversation. That the conversation that you trying to have right now is a low key out of character conversation, and I'm not about to put you on blast for that.
My bad. Moving on.
It's more like ending up with a finger in your ass, dude.
Nah, man. Lord. I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit that can be exposed right now, and I don't want to do that to you.
Yikes.
Like I said, somebody end up with a finger in the butt.
Now, moving on. The other calls I have, they're my latest. They're like Damian Ace, who is, the younger brother of Brandon Ace. Everyone knows what he looks like. He's like the big little brother. I got that off of the episode of Regular Show when Rigby's brother came. People thought he was the oldest, but Rigby was the oldest. And then you have Xavier Williams, who is he's the older, but he's also the half brother. Eh, fair enough, Cassidy.
Cassidy. Oh shit. Where's she come from? Where's
I
Cassidy
think
Blake?
wrong Cassidy.
I heard she's a role model.
Uh, I heard well, she's gotten better, or at least trying.
Gotten better. You know what? I'm not taking that bait. Fuck you, Brandon.
She taking her thing.
I'll just put it this way. Like
I was gonna say, man, you're
this
on
is
your own on that one, dude. I am
this
not
is
stepping
this is
on
my
that.
overall view when it
Yep.
comes to having a gimmick and for your car. Having your cause gimmick be based off a real wrestler is fine. But
Mm,
if
loosely
it is
based.
the only thing that it is based on, you are wasting everyone's time.
Oh
True.
God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to bite my tongue over here on that one.
Yeah, true.
Because
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't have a character at first, but the Charm City player, I gotta thank Doug on that one. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have a gimmick right now. Thank God that Charm City player gimmick worked.
like because if you're gonna fully base it off of a real wrestler that exists, then we have seen that gimmick story already.
Ugh,
What new are you going to bring to that at all that hasn't already been done or is
that
currently being done?
that's
Because at
true.
that point, you're a biter and you're just copying at that point. And what's the point of that?
True. True.
And this is overarching because I've seen multiple people do this, and they want to act like they're top shit, and it's like no, you're just shit. Like
Y'all are
and,
making this fucking easy for me. You do know that, right?
Pretty much. Yep.
and then this that like again this is a me thing. This is just something how I see things. Your attire needs to make sense.
That's true.
Like
Okay,
I'm
wait.
not
Okay,
saying
time out. I'm gonna let you
Well,
finish, but I just love the fact that I knowingly opened this door.
hey,
Continue, sir.
I'm like one or two drinks
I'm
in.
gonna go smoke a cigarette.
yes, I don't know what.
I'm just saying like it needs your attire needs to make sense. Like
True.
because again, just how I see things, both your gimmick and your attire, especially in CAW, have to be symmetrical. You know,
Something that's gonna help sell your character. So yes,
yeah,
I agree with that.
because
Symmetry.
yeah, here in CAW more than probably anything else, it's visual first. I need to know if I can't even get a glimpse of what your gimmick or character is based on how you look, then we're fighting an uphill battle already.
Yep.
And
I feel like singling somebody out right now, but I don't want to do
it's like I'm seeing it happen more and more and more where people have just like, oh, look at how I look. This is my thing. I'm like, what is that thing?
You're not
Because I
wrong.
don't get it. And I think I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I think I can understand visually what someone's deal is. And if I can't understand it, I don't think
it's all that great.
Yeah.
Again, you do you, but at the same time, don't be surprised if I tell you I don't get it,
True.
or someone else tells you they don't get it.
Agreed.
I
If I
just
Yeah.
wanna put out a little bit of something that kind of goes along with that. Uh, like you said, your attire and your gimmick should be symmetrical, but like you should totally not be surprised if your gimmick and your attire are asymmetrical as fuck and you don't go anywhere at all. It is difficult for the person making the story, crafting the story, to figure out a spot to place you in if you don't have enough color about your character to be
them
put
yeah.
into different situations. And if I had to say that a little bit more plainly, if your character ain't got enough goddamn backstory, ain't got enough history, ain't,
Or
give some
character.
goddamn details, motherfucker. I want to be able to know if I can fit you into this 2-on-1 angle or this fucking betrayal
Mhm.
angle. Like, there's so many different spots
Like
that we can put you.
think
We got to make it
the
work.
things the things you're wearing, how you look. Why is your hair this way? Why do you have a beard? Why don't you have a beard? What's this scar mean? What does this scar mean? It all builds the depth of your character. Like
Indeed.
I can tell you why Duke is dressed the way he is. Because he's dressed differently in multiple different places right now. And I can tell you why he's dressed that way in each and every one of them.
I can
Simple.
give you the exact same thing with Chance.
I can tell you why his hair color is different all any time in any scenario. I can tell you why his hair color, why he's blonde, why he's brunette, why he has black hair. Like it's a
Yeah.
very simple because I know him. I've been playing this character for over
So
6 years,
long. 6 years.
and yeah, and I know this dude in and out. I like why he has a lion tattoo, why he wore trunks for a few years, why he went back to tights. It there's a reason for everything that he's wearing.
Kelly, you would not be eaten alive.
I mean, I can say the same thing with my character because you guys see I got the scars, which based it off my last game that I did. So I had to add like couple like one more. And if
I'm gonna let that one sit
people
up
don't
there.
really see that, they don't really see that. To me, honest, even though with the tattoos as well, I see like a tattoo can also tell some stories as well. Like why do you have this certain tattoo? Like you said, why you got the lion tattoo, or me, why do I have somebody's name on your like lower on like the stomach, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's still a story.
Mm. And the one thing that irks me almost more than anything else is a gimmick change for no reason.
You're a prick, by the way.
Oh boy, don't get me started on that one.
Like I've
I'm gonna
seen
shut up. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself just so I don't get started on that one.
I've been doing I've been in this thing for over 6 years, 5 seasons, and nothing irks me more than a gimmick change where if I ask why have you gone from this blue-eyed, wide-eyed, happy-go-lucky baby face to this psychotic killer and you can't tell me,
I'm gonna
That's
what
cry.
the hell am I supposed to do?
No shit.
agree.
Exactly.
Like what if you don't know and it's your character, what can I as the showrunner do? Because
Agree.
I don't really feel like making it up. Because this
That's
God
wasn't
damn
my
it! I
idea.
got you. Nope, I got to do it. I can't. Fuck it.
Uh,
I'm putting it out there. I don't care who gets offended. Take it however you want to, but you motherfuckers need to know losing too many matches is not a justifiable reason to turn heel.
Exactly.
True.
Just because you were on a fucking losing streak does not mean I'm gonna go heel now. You gotta have something about these losses. Something your character is egotistical. Cool, you can play that up. But you gotta have something that you could flip to make it make sense. You can't just go heel because you lose a lot.
That's
I
true.
mean, wouldn't you be heel a lot then?
I am heel a lot, but it's not because I lose a lot. It's because I like being a dick to people.
Yeah.
That's true.
I do want to touch on what GPW said before I walked off, though.
Go ahead. I'm about to go back to muting myself because I'm about to do the thing
I'll
with the
be back
thing.
too.
I wholeheartedly agree on the whole thing of, it's one thing to take like little things from an actual wrestling gimmick, from somebody's actual gimmick. But when you base everything, your look, your attire, your mannerisms, your fucking name around a wrestler's gimmick, you've proven you have no skill, no tact, and that you're basically trying to rely on a name to get you somewhere. You have to make a name for yourself.
You are trying to ride the success that a already established individual has created for themselves to get you over in a community where people aren't going to give a fuck enough about you to give you that same respect.
Also known in the industry as coattail riding.
Mm-hmm.
Or AKA dick riding.
Yep.
Lord.
And to sit there and because you don't get your way in a storyline, don't get pissed off about it. Shit happens.
Agreed.
Touch base with the promoter. Go, hey, this is how it was supposed to go. This is what changed. What can we do to make it better?
Right. Like, talk to the person.
Yeah, because definitely, like again, we've been here a long time. Not every story that we've done at GPW worked out.
Agreed.
Not every single one got the response that we had hoped for, or got the right amount of work put into it.
Shit, man, I can tell you from personal experience, I've had more storylines that I thought were going to be like the best shit ever legitimately blow up in my face than I can count on my fucking hands and feet combined.
Ain't that the truth?
But the difference between me and a lot of other people is I don't fucking care. I'm trying to amuse myself and a small collective of people around me with the dumb shit that I do with these storylines. So I'm going to continuously craft some ingenious, idiotic shit just for that sake alone. If it gets well received, it does. If it doesn't, it's back to the drawing board. That's just how I work.
Agreed.
Plus, there's another thing that people need to understand in this community and everything else. Once that show's over, once the streamer's done streaming, you are no longer that character.
Yep.
You are the person behind it, but you are no longer that character. You do not need to sit there and consistently in Skype chats, Discord chats, and everything else portray yourself as nothing but that character because, as said before, nobody gives a fuck.
Yep. Nobody can care less. They're just going to look at you and like, or just ignore you.
It's one thing to do it with the intent of developing stories. Honestly, I think that Twitter has changed my perspective greatly on it because the Skype side of things, there's not really much room for publicized promos. You can write these and drop these as much as you like, but it's still just going to be inside of a private group chat.
Yep.
That's a small group of people seeing that versus you dropping it on the news feed where literally anybody who's affiliated with the people looking, liking, retweeting, whatever, like you got much more engagement that way. It's a whole lot better doing your character work on a platform like Twitter where you can just post it and be done with it than it is to try to constantly work your character in the group chats. All you're going to do there is just piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Come across as obnoxious.
But that also
turn it off.
That falls into the other thing too, man. That's the other thing that I actually wanted to bring up. And it's something that needs to be understood because I know a lot of the shows are either streamed on YouTube or they're streamed on Twitch. You know, the people are, you know, in character in the shows and everything else. One of the worst, and I do mean worst things to do, is if you don't like something, don't agree with something on a storyline, do not get a bunch of your buddies alongside of you and go in a pack mentality on people because you didn't like something. Don't sit there and gang up on like one or two people just because you think you've got the swing behind it. Because what you may never understand is, you know, there could be some deep-seated shit going on in the mind of that person that you're sitting there pushing. And they're using the shows, trying to have fun in the shows as an escape from what they're dealing with.
This is the case for a good 90% of us.
You know? And that's one of the things that people don't grasp.
Is ways to shirk their stress. Most people use it for creative outlets. Doesn't matter what you use it for. We're all here for the same reason, the same purpose. So the whole thing of that is the reason for this show.
Yep.
It's to bring people together, keep these bridges functional and intact.
I mean, how many have we seen burned recently?
And it's like ridiculous to me that I know I can't put an actual number to it, but I know the majority of the people that I've interacted with, both Skype side, Twitter side, doesn't fucking matter. Majority of these people are either in my age group or older.
Yep.
With that in mind, it is quite abhorrent that a lot of these individuals aren't able to conduct themselves as such. Like,
thanks for pointing me out as the oldest person in this fucking situation right now, you dick.
I mean, you did that to yourself by snitching verbally. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people in this community that are either within my age bracket or older. There's a lot of people in their mid to late 20s or older who are still walking around here very immature minded as if the world has to bend to their beck and call. And that's not the fucking case. Like, nobody gives a fuck about you outside of you and your immediate family members in reality. None of your family is in this community for real, so shut the fuck up.
Exactly. You know, I was trying not to make that shot, and you kind of took it from me.
Man, look, I'm just calling a spade a spade.
I'm sorry, but when you got to portray your own fucking family in a show, really?
Right, see, you just took that in a whole different direction of what I was actually
I don't
saying. That's not what I was saying.
I know, but it's the whole thing. If you said you know the interacting with the family and everything else, but when you're having to portray your family because your family don't want to, sad. Take it as is.
I mean, I guess.
And whose smoke alarm keeps going off?
Yours, motherfucker.
No, somebody's got a dying battery, dude. I can hear it.
Yours, motherfucker.
I don't hear nothing, to be honest.
Be happy. I can hear it every once so often.
Just because it's his.
It's not mine, asshole. I changed my batteries.
It's got to be yours, man. You the only one hearing it.
Exactly.
No, I just have really good fucking hearing, dick.
Yeesh.
Nah, man, this is one of my bros, man. I gotta bust his balls every opportunity I get, and he knows it.
Makes
I've been
sense.
knowing this dude for what, fucking
10?
about to say like 12 years now.
Yeah, about 10 years now. Hold on, man. Actually, you know what, man? Let me pull up WU really quick. We'll find out.
Damn.
I mean, shit, it's at least 10 because fucking that came out in 2010.
Yo, because I just looked, dude. I started on December 27th of 2010. So, yeah, about 10, 11 years.
Yeah, boy.
That's a decade.
It's such a beautiful thing.
He was also the only person that ever figured out that I was having an argument with myself on 2 different characters.
Bro, this is legit one of the most hilarious things ever.
I was
Like,
bored. I
Okay.
had nothing better to do, and I got into an argument between my character of Frozen Rage and my character Flatline. And anybody that has seen Flatline in any of the digital shows knows that Flatline is technically a mute. He talks with signs.
Oh, okay. Okay, again.
Try having a full-blown argument with yourself and having it consistent to where it looks like it's 2 different people.
Yeah,
And it's actually just you. Motherfucker, you're behind on that, man.
Hey, man, look. I've been trying to stay somewhat sober to keep myself in check.
Yeesh.
Oh, so now that I hear
who about
that's
to roll up?
changing.
Nah, man, like I quit giving a fuck.
Fuck, dude, I'm about to do something better than fucking smoking the way he is.
I mean, shit, I hit the pin a few times already.
I mean, shit, if you were closer, you'd be a lot more fucked up right now.
We know, man, that bro, I need it. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a nice little powwow by the end of the summer. That's for damn.
I was gonna say hopefully by the time of this pandemic shit will be over, you can get your ass up here.
Bro, it's long overdue.
It's just I'm sorry if he comes up here, people, but he ain't gonna be able to move out my couch for a while.
I'm gonna highlight this one right here just because that right there is probably one of the most brilliant ways that you can keep yourself from fucking yourself over when it comes to storylining. Always have a plan B and C and so on and so forth. And that just goes for everything. If you're booking, if you're being booked, like always got to have a backup because you can't just run with your fucking main story idea.
And
if I'd have just had one idea going into the Intercontinental picture in GPW, I'd have been like solely focused on Chance has to win. If Chance doesn't win, then this whole angle dies.
And when in doubt and it doesn't work, go steal Nacho's golden egg.
I mean, don't do that. Just
I'm sorry, I had to throw that one out, man.
Nah, man, don't do that. Just give him drugs.
Drugs don't work on him, though.
They do. We've discovered it.
He's a superhero. I don't think drugs affect him.
Drugs affect him. We have discovered it.
Okay,
Go
but
back and
we
pay
gotta
attention to the shows
hold
that
on.
have happened this week. You will see exactly what happens when he takes drugs.
But what type of drugs are we talking about? You know, there's a lot of drugs out there.
All of them.
Okay. But technically, weed is not a drug. It's a herb.
No. Basically, what he's doing is he's trying to set you up to get your ass kicked by a superhero. You give Nacho any type of drugs, dude, he tweaks out. It's your own fucking funeral.
That's not what happens. You gotta go back and watch these shows, man. Like literally, it's happened all this week. He's been on everything.
Everything.
Syrup, painkillers, cigarettes, weed.
Who gave him syrup?
I was just singing a song.
I was gonna say, dude, giving him syrup is just a mistake in general.
Exactly.
Yo, you know, I feel like I need that reaction though, so I might have to like hit Nacho up about
Jesus
getting
Christ.
him on some lean, just so that way I can see how that goes. Because like this
Yikes.
Super Nacho, so we got to see how he is in slow motion.
Oh golly.
Man, y'all say I'm a dick.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, seeing him in slow motion is probably the most hilarious shit ever.
I mean, if you're gonna slow motion, then it's a wrap.
Bro, I don't care what nobody says. The best storylines are the most outrageous ones.
Yes, they are.
True.
Like,
Yep.
don't get me wrong. I'm a very, very strong believer that it's good to have some form of realism included in the shit that you do.
But the more off the wall, the more opportunities you have to run it in different directions.
And that's exactly where I was going. Like, you can legitimately have the most wild, wacky storyline and end it with a very serious note. But just think about all of the doors that you left open from the route you took to get there.
Fun fact.
Oh,
Every
Jesus
single one
Christ,
of those
Cassie,
doors
that's
can spin
scary.
into another fucking open window down the line.
That is
True.
fucking terrifying, Cassie.
What's he said?
Explaining the fact that Nacho used perfect multi-syllabic English.
So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Super Nacho character, he is the exact opposite of Superman.
Basically, imagine Bizarro Superman, but actually looks like Superman.
He is exactly that. He is 100% the strength that Superman has. He's got the chiseled jawline that Superman has. He's got the brain power of Bizarro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Literally the whole, like, you're staring at Clark Kent Superman, but dumber than shit.
Oh, okay.
And I've got to give Nacho credit, dude. That man knows how to run a character
Super
fluidly.
Nacho is always and forever going to be one of my favorite characters in existence. I don't care how much better than anyone. Like, Siler Jordan is a great promo. Fucking Caleb James is a great promo. None of them have better characters than Super Nacho.
I mean, he made the superhero gimmick work, which is rare in the
And
community.
it goes even deeper than
Yeah.
that, man. Like,
Much deeper than that.
so much deeper than that. Like, if you got to actually know the dude behind the character to understand why that character is so great. And man, like, the fact that he is consistently hilarious, not just funny, but hilarious.
He's fucking hysterical, dude.
Is a treat to literally anybody that gets to watch this man work that character.
And like the biggest part about him, I guess you could say that is a part of him and part of his character, is that his whole main focus is he loves making people laugh. That is his only concern, is just making everybody feel great around him.
That's it.
That's cool. If you got a gift, use it. Use it.
I mean, I'm going to be
I was
surprising.
told about an hour ago that a certain individual will be trying to join us within an hour, and it's been over an hour. So I don't know what's going on with that one. Looks like you lied to me. Cough, cough, Tony, you bitch.
I plan on surprising Nacho by actually showing up at his place here probably in the next few weeks.
Yay.
Just so I will be, like, I'll actually be probably live streaming on my YouTube, actually going out there to go meet him.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
The ultimate supervillain.
Tony
meeting
told you to link him.
the Superface.
Tony ain't tell me shit.
But he's telling me to tell you.
Nah, fam, that ain't how this works. He knows the name of the game. I say it every time. You want in, you gotta slide in my DMs. Go be a bitch. Why did I say that? He messaged me. Yeah, you better, bitch.
Oh, he is a bitch.
Oh,
Oi.
we had to come in here and curse you out.
Hey,
Feel
see,
it.
look, I had all the intentions of this show being a little bit less organic than what it is right now.
I mean,
Fuck it, we
Yeah.
gotta have fun. Like, come on.
if he wants to come in here and be pissy, I can go get the one woman that can shut him up real quick too.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh no.
Which she
I'm
may
thinking.
actually
I'm
be
thinking
sitting in the
it's.
chat, too.
I'm thinking who I think it is, but I might be wrong.
No, it's not.
You don't know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't have to be worried about that.
You don't know at all. All right, let me see if I can bring him directly on, or if I'm gonna have to kick one of y'all out.
No, it's up to 10 people. This thing here.
Nah, man, that's if you pay for it.
Oh, damn.
It shows him there.
There he is.
He's still a bitch.
Big time.
That is mean as hell.
All right, so before we get into the super organic homie hang around session that this is bound to become, Tony, I know you've been listening off and on since pretty much the beginning. You got anything in particular you like to reflect on or touch on that was mentioned earlier?
Low key, I've been kind of out because of work, so you have to catch me up.
All right, man. Well, fuck you. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Just fucking kick him out. Fuck him.
Yeah, you gotta go now.
Hey, I have work. Nothing I can do about that.
Motherfucker,
Hey,
I had
bro,
to work.
He had to make that money. Leave Tony alone. He had to make that money.
You know what I'm saying? So essentially, we initially started this whole thing with the importance of adding depth to your character, how much more doors that can open up for you. As a showrunner, what is most useful in terms of tools that you can use to get people actually interested in investing in your product.
Yeah.
Bro, we didn't talk about a lot of shit, man. It's been 2 hours, bro. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. No, but I get it. Just depth in your character. Yeah. So like you said, you can't just, like you said earlier, you can't just say you're from a city and that's your character, that type of shit. You have to have, at least somewhat of a backstory. Now myself, I wouldn't say I have a full-on backstory, but I mean, I do with what I have, and it works so far. Like I guess you could say I ripped off Bully Ray, in a sense, but then I also have like a Killer Grizzly. I kind of tap into a more primal side of my CAW character. It's not much, but it's worked for me for so long now. Because when I first started off doing this, I was a dog. No, when I first started doing CAW, I was, I guess you could say, like a cult leader type, like dark type character. Didn't really have a backstory. Didn't really have a backstory to it. And kind of stepped.
Huh?
The fuck you just say?
He said cult leader type. I told him to leave you the fuck out of this.
Right? Don't at me, bro.
No, that's me. That's me. That was me.
No, actually, that was kind of the way that he ran Shino Malice.
For like a good bulk of that character's existence.
But like I'm saying, I never experienced Shino Malice, so I couldn't tell you that.
Technically, you have.
Technically.
But back to what I was saying. When I first started, I was doing like a cult leader type deal. I moved away from that did the whole Bullet Club shit like everyone else did, or my version of it at least, and then just kind of floundered a bit, didn't really have a character, and then that's when I started going by Killer Grizzly after it was like after I joined Alpha. Started going by Killer Grizzly. And from there just kind of progressed. Promos got better, developed somewhat of a story, nothing too, extravagant, but just enough to really, at least have somewhat of a backstory behind me. And that's really it. And now I'm here.
And you're still a bitch, and we all know you love the cock.
Oh, I'm
I
kind
can
of
fucking leave if that's what this is gonna
I'm
be.
just fucking with you, dude. Chill.
I'm just
Continue,
saying that
Chance.
was a very bitch-like response.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
That's nice.
I'm a little bit confused on that one, Tony, because like you started that as if you had a bit more direction of where you were going, and then you just kind of like exactly. But nah, man, like I don't know, like you are a damn good example personally. Like I could honestly say that because you were somebody that I had a hand in actually helping to come together with that shit. So I got to watch the transformation of somebody who didn't really have much ideas set behind his character, and like you said, now you're at a point where you've given yourself enough that you've got shit that you can work with when you want to tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's a damn good fucking example. God damn it, Rage.
What? Sure, blame me.
Nah, I just put it up on screen. Everybody sees it. It was all you.
I missed it. I looked away.
I didn't look at it.
I'm just saying, man, like the whole world knows it was him. But yeah, man, like Tony's a prime example of how that works out. Like if anybody wants to know what anything of adding depth looks like, feels like, and how much it can actually help you get your character over, talk to that man right there. He will tell you firsthand experience. He'll probably be a dick about it, but I mean, what you can't help it. Especially once you become known as the bully. You kind of got to live up to it.
Facts.
True.
Although I just want everybody out there to know that despite the ball busting Tony does on Twitter, he is one of the nicest fucking people.
That's true.
Damn, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm gonna keep my mouth quiet.
Nah, go ahead, speak your piece.
I feel like Tony is like me at times when like he acts like an ass because everybody acts like an ass. But I'm like, see, when me and him talk a lot, he starts being an ass. I kind of take that like he's trying to be that real tough motherfucker. Excuse my French. But then I'm like,
bro, have you not heard my language all this 2 hours? What the fuck?
Hell no, bro. No.
Dude, I came in here, cousin. Fuck.
I know. See, I'm trying to be polite now, okay? I'm telling you, I'm within 30. I gotta change my attitude, man.
Oh, what the fuck ever, man. I'm teetering into my fucking 40s and I cuss worse than a sailor.
Bro,
I know, but
I'm over
I know.
30. What do you mean? But nah, man, like that just goes back to shit that was said last week, shit that was said earlier. People got to be more willing to actually like open up,
yeah,
be willing to fucking talk to people and find out more about the people that they interacting with on a daily basis. Just because, man,
like anyone who
community.
Anyone who Go
ahead, man.
Oh, anyone who actually knows me knows I'm not a full-on dick. I am a dick. I will openly admit to that.
No, you're just an asshole.
But I don't go out my way to make people's lives miserable. It's
See,
just
all right. Nah, man, I'm about to touch on
Wow,
this.
man, wow! Doesn't that sound familiar right there?
Yeah, but I gotta touch on this just because there's too many of them right here in this call right now. There is a lot of people that have misconceptions about a lot of the people that I associate with directly. And I want to put it out there just because I can. I hang out with a lot of assholes. Obviously, I'm one my damn self. I'm going to pull the same type of fucking people into my gravitational pool. These motherfuckers is all gonna gravitate towards me, as you can clearly see from the company I keep. Just because we are assholes does not mean that we're out to ruin your day or your experience. Like, we know everybody else is here to have fun just like we are. We are making jokes, light-hearted humor, and a lot of that shit is harmless. Take that shit with a grain of salt and clap back, or ignore us entirely and just stick to your little friend groups, however it works for you.
Yeah,
just don't be the motherfucker that's out here like spreading all the bullshit, talking shit about people behind their backs, because that's how people end up in these situations where you got people like Tony on the back of your neck, fucking the Tony Riley Wolf situation. You know what I mean? Fucking bro, like people bring this shit on themselves, and then like the community gets a hold of it and only knows half of the story because all they see is like the aggressive side of somebody who's been pushed.
Yeah. Can I just like say something about that?
Go ahead.
How that shit started was like my intentions were not to actually fucking even get into a full-on feud with this guy or have this guy hate me, but he posted an out-of-character picture of himself. I said, and he posted a picture of his CAW as well. Him and his CAW look very similar. They both got big ass fucking noses, so I pointed it out. All right. He turned around and said something about me being heavy, obviously, and claiming I have a neck beard. So I clapped back and said he had a hole in his chest and he was malnourished. Damn. That turned into him coming at me and saying, "Oh, you're attacking me personally. I don't fuck with that." And then that's when he blocked me. Now, granted, I didn't have to say something about the man's nose, but I did. You know, not everyone's fucking perfect. Never claimed to be. But if you post a picture on fucking social media, there's always going to be that person, and I just so happen to be that person. But if you come at me the same way, I'm going to return the favor.
I'm just saying, man, you got to know your crowd, you got to know your audience, you got to know the
I ain't
people
gonna lie though. I had a situation like that one day. Well, this is out of club, but a lot of people don't know that I am blind in my left eye. So it's rarely that people don't talk about it just because they don't understand or don't know the situation that I was going through at the time. And I was one time I was thinking about doing that to my Claw, having him blind in one eye, but I decided not to do that because I don't like people, talking shit about people. I'm not a fan of people talking about people's appearances. That's just me. And people know I have a bad anger issue where it's true. It's fair. So I told people about it, what I'm saying, like they're cool. They're like, "Oh, that's crazy." They're like, they're like, "Oh, I feel sorry for you," or I think your eye is cool. I even had somebody say my eye was ugly and atrocious one time.
This is just me being me. Just sorry, don't take offense to this or anything. But ladies and gentlemen, this is proof what masturbation will do to you.
What? Wait, what? Motherfucker, I was born. I had glaucoma on the baby. Motherfucker.
Like I said, don't take offense when I said
It's not, I'm not taking offense. I'm just letting you know what's happening.
I had to take the shot while it was there.
I mean, so I'm just gonna say this. So if you add some form of imperfection to your call, like if you were to add, you know, a blind left eye to your call, or just anything. Like I made my call fat.
Man, do what you want with your character.
Yeah. What's the first thing people went after the moment I fucking became, you know, plus size dude in call? They came immediately for my size.
It's because people are fucking pathetic. They will automatically latch on to one thing and target it.
It boils down to the fact that humans are simple creatures, period.
Yes.
Simple-minded.
Nah, it just boils down to the fact that humans are simple creatures, period. Like, your first instinct is always going to be to try to go for the quick and easy route, no matter who you are. There's people who are going to fight that and go for something that's a little bit more challenging because that's what they prefer. But basic human nature is always to go for the quick and easy route. And a lot of people don't understand how to go around that. And all they're going to do is take the quick and easy route. So when they come to go for you to get their little cheap heat, they quick pop shots off something they know they can get reactions for. They're going to take the quick, the easy shot.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is it's super fucking easy to go for those cheap shots, you know? Like, in Chance's case, if Chance actually looked like his real life self, his call looked like his real life self, you know how easy it'd be to call him a crackhead?
Damn.
Ouch.
That's cold. Even for me, that's cold.
Yeah, he'll get over it.
I mean, nothing new. So skinny people get is crackhead jokes.
Yeah, crackhead jokes.
Literally it.
I mean,
I get fat jokes constantly. Shit don't bother me, man. This ain't middle school.
What was it for me? Chance, when I went from the scar over the eye to actually doing the actual makeup. You know, everybody went right for that, but they also went and targeted my name.
What, Frozen Rage?
Just the first part of it.
Frozen?
The Disney joke.
Do you know how long I have literally sat and dealt with fucking Disney jokes because people have nothing better?
I mean, that's because people suck at trash talk, man. If people were to sit in on half the shit me and Chance say, they'd realize their shit wasn't as good as.
Oh, I know.
Actually, no, just Chance, because I'm not as funny.
But
as
yet the funny
Bro,
thing
is, stop giving me so much credit. I just naturally love to talk shit. That's
the
all
funny,
it is.
The funny thing is, man, if people were actually intelligent, and looked at my name, you'd understand my name is literally designed as an oxymoron. That's all it was.
Nah, but people are gonna always take cheap shots, man. It's the easiest fucking thing to do. Like Franco, you have a mohawk mullet on your call. How many times have I called you Emo Joe Exotic?
Bro, let's
take
take it even further.
I
Franco did that one fucking attire. That
my fucking god, here we go.
Attire. How long did we stay on his ass?
Wait, which one?
The dashiki in the
the dashiki. Yeah, we was on that. Bro, we bring it up constantly. It stayed alive for a good while, and it pops up every now and then. But see, that's the thing. It's just cheap shit, bro. You got like that type of stuff. You don't need to get mad at. It's cheap stuff, bro. It's cheap stuff. You know.
Now I gotta see what your fucking character looks like, man.
Like, here's an example. Okay, so we always give Franco shit over that stuff. Well, in Alpha, they would always give me shit because I was in a group previous to them called Bounty Hunters. Kind of cheesy, very corny.
That's not corny.
That's what I was in. It is corny. It's very corny.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it on you though. Okay, go ahead.
They would give me shit because previously I left Alpha because of my loyalty to bounty hunters. But when I came back, they would constantly give me shit about that. It's cheap little trash talk.
Which
It
one of
doesn't
y'all
mean
got
nothing half the
weird ass
time.
water drip going? Somebody about to get kicked out this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Someone trying to check their antennas.
That's my bad. I'm in the
But
kitchen
no,
right now.
it's
I got my
but
headphones and
but
shit.
cheap trash talk. It's nothing to be mad about.
That's
Which
true.
goes all back to depth. Because as I said earlier, if you got enough story to your character, then it gives the people that are interacting with you more shit to talk about. If you got a very vivid background, there's all kinds of history that could be referred to. If the people that you were interacting with know shit about your character, they can say
Mhm.
so much more. That's
Yeah,
just simple.
yeah, simple, super simple.
Yep.
But also, you got those people who use your personal stuff against you, and that's where shit gets bad, real bad.
See, like, and that is like just one of them types of situations that you just kind of like you got to figure out who's the motherfuckers that you can't work with, who you can't work
Yeah,
with based
yeah.
on
Who
how
you
you
can trust? Yeah.
if you somebody that is super insecure about the way that you are and you need that type of protection, then by all means keep it. Like
Mhm.
like I keep going back to, this is a hobby for everybody at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
nobody should come into this shit and have to feel like they need to get away from it, because this is some shit that we are all trying to come to have fun, to enjoy.
Mhm.
So like whoever's miserable enough to want to bring nothing but maliciousness to other people, that's on them. Sucks to be you because you got
Um.
that terrible life and all, but
An,
whatever.
another thing. On top of like people using personal stuff, you got people like someone who won't be named, but we all know her except for maybe Rage. Um. This
You don't
person
fucking
would
know
use
that.
this person would use something someone didn't call that maybe got them in trouble against them constantly.
Man,
Pretty sure
just because I'm not in all these fucking companies don't mean I don't pay attention to shit.
What happened?
I was kind of waiting to see where the fuck Tony was going with that.
Oh,
Cause
sorry. Well, I didn't want to say any
if you
names,
just
but
well,
like
nah, man.
it's
Because
just.
if you just
But
bringing shit up for the sake of it, then like that's kind of not the point of
oh,
what we here for. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the opposite of what we're actually here for. You kind of just bringing it up for the sake of bringing it up. Like this is all intended for people to like get a better understanding of how to actually like pull shit off successfully instead of constantly running into the same fucking walls and running into the same bullshit situations. Like this is something meant to educate people and get people to actually come together a little bit more.
Okay, I got one. I'm feeling jumpy. Unless you're gonna actually do something with it, I don't give a damn if you are straight, gay, trans, orange, blue, or whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't. But if you're gonna shout it to the heavens all the damn time, do something with it for the love of God,
You know what? I'm a
or
back that.
shut up.
I'm a
it's,
100% back that.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
Same.
I don't care what your preference is. Like to each their own. Love is love. Have fun, do you. But
Facts.
Yep.
God damn it, if it's gonna be a part of your character, make it important and do something with it. Like
Yeah. Don't make
we
that your
don't just
gimmick.
need it to be broadcasted over and over and over and over because we can see it and we can get it from the way that you portray it. All you gotta do is something.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Give
Indeed.
us intrigue. Give
Yeah.
us a reason to invest in your character.
Especially because it's just like, okay, why do I care?
Yeah.
You know, if you want me to care, make me care.
No,
You just
fuck
saying it
you.
all the time isn't gonna make me care. like, come on, and then don't. It's a whole thing.
Forbidden frozen ass jutsu.
What you saying, Ben?
And I would say it's a whole thing. It's like what's the
Basically,
point?
basically, being gay is not a gimmick. If you are gay, do something with it.
Exactly.
If it's
Don't
not a
let
part
You
of
that be
can
your
you,
you can
downfall.
be
what
gay.
does it matter?
We're not saying you shouldn't, but don't make that your gimmick. That's not a gimmick.
Nope, it's not.
Don't build your gimmick around that
Yeah.
because that's not going to give you literally anything to work with at all.
Nope.
That's
Mm-mm.
just a trait. It's not a gimmick. It doesn't work.
Yep.
But the hell you
Sorry,
watching?
TikTok.
Oh,
It's a dude I follow on TikTok, hence the forbidden frozen ass jutsu.
Right, man. Look, this
yeah.
is fucked up.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok, so I mean, I
All
used
right,
to have it.
Chance.
But
Yo,
Let Chance
this
speak. Let
this shit
Chance
been
speak.
running for 2 hours now. We didn't talked about a lot of shit. I'm gonna leave some shit out in the open. If anybody out there has some shit that they want to say about this show, that's what the comments is for. Y'all know where my DMs is at. I'm not hard to find. I'm pretty much open to all types of fucking feedback. I don't care if it's positive or negative. Speak your piece. Just bring your ass here to speak it, because that's what this is all for. Just come on.
church.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't care. And I'm about to kill this shit and save some shit for later. The next conversation will come when it come. I'm probably gonna keep this every other week format rolling just because it works out a little better. Don't expect me to ever give y'all a scheduled time just because I don't do that shit. We're gonna go around the table just to get everybody's closing statements, starting with Frozen Ray. Just go with you.
Frozen.
All right, good talk. Brandon Ace, you got something you want to tell the people before we close out?
Well, all I have to say is, if don't be afraid to take criticism. Don't be afraid if people criticize your character, because sometimes criticism helps you become a better person and a better character. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's all I gotta say.
It's a damn good fact. Everybody take that shit to heart.
Mhm.
Franco,
Yes, sir.
got anything you want to let the people know?
Um, yeah. Whatever gimmick you want to do, just like Brandon said earlier, search it up. That's the best you can. That's the best way you can understand or what kind of gimmick you want to do. See, I'm gonna do that because the game that I have now, I'm gonna search it up, and I got Frozen to come help me when he's not listening to some ass jutsu. Yeah, I said it right. Yeah, I said it, Frozen. I need your help.
All right, yeah, good talk there too. Do your research. Look shit up. Get your gimmicks in line.
I got one next.
Go ahead, T.O. Dubs.
Okay. Basically, don't be afraid to ask people for help when it comes to working on your character. I did it. It worked out well for me. It really doesn't hurt, as like Brandon said, kind of piggybacking on that. Criticism helps. Uh, you get the criticism you need, and then you can work your character around it. You know, fucking add shit to it and fine tune it and come out with something good. I'm done.
Big facts. Big facts. Ain't never heard nothing falsified about it. GPW.
All right. How much time you got? Because anybody's listening, I'm about to stir the pot. I don't know why. I just feel like it.
Nah, man, go ahead. Go ahead. Fuck.
I
wasn't ready for this.
I ain't gonna name names, but y'all know who I'll be talking about. First of all, you know who you are. You need to shut the fuck up, for the love of God, please. Just stop. He knows who he is. He just needs to stop. You know who I'm talking about. He just needs to stop. I don't care how good you were. I don't care how good you think you are. Sometimes you just need to shut up. Number two, please. I try. I try so hard. Fix yourself. I don't know what's going on, but just fix it. A lot of what I was saying was meant for you. Let's just fix yourself. This is a great show. Good times. Good people having good conversations. But just saying, some people in our community, they just need to fix themselves, because I don't get it sometimes. Sometimes I see what people do and I'm confused. Their confusion. They don't understand why they're at where they're at. I'm like, it's completely obvious. How come you don't see it? You can cut me off at any time. But,
Hey, nah, man, because I feel like it needs to be heard.
It's stuff I said before. You are where you are because you are where you are. Either change something or make where you are the best thing in the world. I've seen many people just sit there and twiddle their thumbs and be like, well, they didn't give anything to me for a story. It was like, how about you come up with one? How about you bring something to the table instead of just sitting there waiting, while watching everyone else, people who either haven't have started after you are doing bigger things than you, is because they decided to be proactive with their shit, and you just sat there and waited and waited and waited, let other people handle your stuff for you, and yet you wonder why nothing's going on. I don't know what to tell you.
That's right there. I swear I'm gonna stop you, because that is exactly it. I'm gonna go ahead and rehash a little bit of that, just a little bit. Don't be afraid to take criticism. Be open to it. Always be flexible. Know what the fuck you were doing before you fucking do it. Talk to people. Communicate. Number one. And don't be afraid to come do it here, because that's what this is for. And all be all. We out. Good grind. Good night.